Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Gerald Lewis. I'm a fishing coach in Kentucky. I'm a high school fishing coach. I deal with high school kids and middle school kids. Today's video is over a worm that's a little ringworm made by Zoom, and it's got a little flipper tail to it. And I'm going to show you how I rig it up and then explain to you why I do it the way I do it. First of all, when I start, I use bobber stops, and you can buy these in your local tackle store or online. And what you'll do is you'll insert the line into the opening and then pull the stop, and it'll come right up on the line. I use 2 instead of 1. So I'll put the second one on. You'll have to bear with me. I'm getting old, so I don't see that well up close. And now I've got 2 on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed these up the line quite a bit, because they'll come back down no problem. There's 2 on there. Okay, and what I'm going to do at this point, you can use different size sinkers, and what I'm going to use is and it's going to be hard to show you this, it's a 3/16 sinker, and I'm going to put it on the line here. There it is. It's a 3/16 sinker, and it'll come down to the bobber stop, and that'll hold it in place. Then I'm going to take my hook, and I'm just going to grab a random hook at this point. I'll grab a hook, and I usually use a 1/0 or a 2/0 for this particular worm. This particular hook, so it's going to be a 3/0, but it's just for presentation only. You'll tie the hook on. Okay. And now when we drop the sinker down to the hook and pull the bobber stop down, and now it's all connected and it's solid. So it's not going to move up and down. I don't want the sinker to move up and down the line. I want it solid and held in one position. Now the bait I'm going to tie on is a Zoom. And this particular color is June bug, and I've had a lot of success with it over the past year. But I used a lot of different colors, but this was the best this past year for some reason. Here's all it is. This is made by Zoom. It's a 4-inch. It's got the little flipper tail on the end of it there. And what you're going to do is you're going to insert the worm into the hook, pull it down. This is Texas style. And then what I'm going to do is insert right here. You come down and find where the hook's going to look straight. And then just skin hook it in those rings. There's several rings down through there. Now it'll make it more weedless. Like that. And then what I do, I take my dye. You use different colors. What I'm going to use here is chartreuse. And I'm going to dye just the flipper part itself, nothing more than that. And it'll be chartreuse. Now when it comes through the water, it's going to be really vibrant. It may not look so much on video, but when it gets in that water, it's really vibrant color. And what I use this presentation for is in the wintertime in particular, or any time of the year really, is if I get an east wind or a north wind, this is going to work really well. You're going to put it on light line. You want to use it on 4, 5, and 6 pound test, preferably the lighter 2. 4 and 5 is the best. And then you're going to throw it around brush piles, lay down logs, points, or rock piles. It works really good around all those scenarios. or those areas rather. And it works really good around docks if you like to dock fish. If you can skip, because with the bobber stop here, you can actually skip this under, especially with a spinning rod. You can skip it under the docks or into brush piles. It'll skip right in there, and then just let it. You can go even smaller sinkers. Sometimes I even go down to a 1/16 ounce if I want it to sink really slow. But most of the time, a 3/16 and a quarter, or rather, a 3/16 and an eighth works the best. But sometimes you'll have to adjust. But this is the setup I like to use, especially with a north or an east wind. And they also make a lizard this size, and I like to dye the tail on the lizard as well. It works really good, especially especially if they're finicky or in the wintertime when it gets really tough. This works really well. It'll help you out in fishing, and I hope something I do and say in these videos helps you out with your fishing adventures. And I work with kids a lot, so I train a lot of kids on how to use these things, and they catch a lot of fish and they have a really good time doing it. So if this will help you out, I'm hoping it does. Please like and subscribe and share the video with whoever you wish to see it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.